What's up, y'all? It's your boy Valley, back with another episode. We got the great one, marvelous Melvin Anthony, and my boy Shaun Fury. We just gonna get right into it. We was already into a conversation, and I felt like this needed to be recorded, so I'm gonna let Shaun take it away. Shaun, what was that question that you was asking him?
The question I was asking Marvelous was he was giving us feedback as to what our future is going to look like within the sport and the type of mindset that's going to be required in order to achieve the level of growth physically and mentally and spiritually. The mentality that I have to have in order to achieve the heights that we all have in mind for ourselves.
Yeah.
And I would like you to take me back to when you had that mindset to go into the gym and do the amount of work that was required. I'd like to hear about that mentality.
Well, the mentality that I even started with was pretty hardcore because it's old school. Coming up in the 80s, through high school, it was always, train as hard as you can, do as many reps as you can, as heavy as you can. So I really didn't know anything else. Then going through football, fast forward through sports, running track and things, running into John Brown, it was a whole different mentality. He told me from the get-go, you have to erase your brain. Everything you learn, erase it when you start with me. Things that you get later, you can add to once you perfect what I teach. So the first thing that was told, the more you hit your muscle per week, you will have a higher amount of progressive hypertrophy in the muscle, or progressive growth, or however you want to say it. So when I was indoctrinated through a John Brown workout, we trained our muscles 3 times a week, every body part. Now people would say, "Oh man, how can you accomplish that? It's too much overtraining." I was never taught that. You can only undereat by giving your body nutrients. You didn't care about calories and all that, because calories didn't matter then. We want dense, hard, full muscle. So we take nutrients. In order for you to train that hard, you have to give your body the gasoline it needs to complete the process. You can't drive a car to Vegas on a quarter tank from Palm Springs. I mean, you can, but how far before it breaks? How far before it put something give out? How far before you blow a tire, whatever. So if your body doesn't have the right amount of nutrients, it's just like gasoline in a car. It burns out, stuff starts to break. It can't make it. It stops. So I was taught, feed the muscle, train till you can't. Push the weight till you can't. To a level to where my first leg workout, the first one, we did back first. 5 sets, lat pull down supersetted with seated cable rows for 20 reps with the stack. Now, mind you, I had just begun to take my first cycle of enhancements, PEDs, but it was this much. He said, "You're going to train because this only enhances the muscle growth. It does not do it for you." That's why you see a lot of people walking around here looking like sponges that you can, or wet water balloon with no density in the muscle. Like if you push it with your finger, it'll just go over
right
to the
through.
bone. I didn't want that look, and I wanted to be a champion. So my first thing was lat pull down, seated rows, or seated cable rows, right? 5 sets of 20, stack. Went from that to T-bar rows with 4 plates with 100-pound dumbbells, 20 to 25 reps a piece, superset. And you can't just stand up. You do that set with the T-bar, right to the dumbbell. Your rest was from the dumbbell back to the T-bar. I was able to complete a back workout in 45 minutes.
Hold
And
on.
I'm not talking no lightweight. And at the second year, I was up to 7 plates for 20 reps, supersetted with 150-pound dumbbells, 15 reps each side, supersetted for 5 sets. You count the number of reps. And then after that, straight to the bent over rows, 225, many as you can get. I don't care if it was 6 reps. And if it was 6 reps, he would go around and put it back on the hook, pull the plates off, and I got to do another 10
get
to
it.
15 reps.
I get it. I get what you're saying
And then
here.
after doing those exercises, after we finish that, you get 2-minute break. And after those 2 minutes, get the water, breathe, whatever,
It's back to it.
right to leg extensions. 1 set for warm up. A set of lying curls, hamstring curl machine. They were, right there, like 3 steps away. And he said, but if you quit, I will never help you again. Do it on your own. If you bully somebody in the gym, you're over with.
So that's
If
it.
you do not do what I say, I'm not your coach. John Brown was from Compton, but most people, he was bad, he mean, aggressive. No, I understood that because from being from the street, that's my mentality anyway.
Oh my God.
Like, you gonna do it, I'm gonna beat you up. And I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna fight back. And he said, if you quit, that'll be your last day.
And telling the motherfucker.
That
like
was my first pep talk going into the gym with Mr. Universe. How many people get that opportunity to walk in the gym, Mr. Universe, but he gave me the rundown, don't waste my time. Straight face. I'm like, am I going to have to fight this dude at some point? And if it happens, so be it. Now, leg extensions, the whole stack, 100 reps. And he didn't tell me till I got it locked in. So I'm thinking 5 reps. I'm used to doing 250 because the stack was, I think, 290, 280 or 300 or something on the stack. So I know I've done it, 10 reps, no problem. He walked over and did the pin. Bam. Looked at him, I'm like, I'm tired from the back workout. We're doing legs now. He walked over and looked at me and said, honey, let's go. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if we're in here all day. You give me 100 reps. And if you stand up, if you cramp, you better do it on the bench. If your foot touched that floor, you start over. But I'm meaning, in my mind, I'm a younger generation. Oh, he means start over from where I left off. So we go, bam, bam, bam. I got to the 78th rep. I caught a cramp in my hamstrings. Now, what is the first thing you do when you get a hamstring curl?
Stand up and let that motherfucker out.
You got to stretch it out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do this, so I just went, and my toe tapped it. And I looked up, and he said, you thought I was playing? Start over. So I'm thinking he's going to say 79, 80, 80. He said 1, 2. And I look at him, he said, keep going. He said, I know you want to punch me in the face. You can do that and finish your reps. 12, 13. A lady walked by. I'll never forget, a lady walked by. And she was like, don't you think that's a little harsh? He said, do you want to help him with some of these reps? Oh, no, ma'am. He said, he want to be a champion. This is what it takes. And she goes, I'm sorry, sir. And walked away. I felt abandoned. Like, I thought I was going to get a rest.
Fuck.
I did the 100 reps. After the 100 reps, I got up, barely able to walk. Walked 6 steps to the lying leg curl. And he put it down to like 200 pounds or 180. Bam, 10 reps. Can you imagine the pain that's going through my thighs right now? The mere touch of that pad on my leg was burning like fire. And I'm trying to do this. But in my mind, I said, I want to be a professional. And if this is what it takes, this nigga gonna have to kill me. Something wanted to pop off. Did the 10 reps. He went down 1 plate. 170, 5 reps. 160, 5 reps. 150, 5 reps. 140, 130, 100, all the way to the top. That's 1 set.
What the fuck?
I did it 5 times for 2 years. Twice a week. Actually, 3 times a week. He didn't care what I ate. You think it matters what you put in your mouth doing that? And then after that, you get up, you get another 2 minutes, which is just long enough for him to set up whatever he was doing. He walked around the corner, squat rack. Okay? Now, 5 sets for 12 to 15 reps. He didn't ask me. He just went bang, 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 put 3 plates up there. Now, I'm strong. My legs are strong. I mean, football. You ain't going to kill me on the sport. But imagine getting there in 315 after doing the 500 reps on each leg extension leg curl, another 500 reps on the lying leg curl, right? And then walking over to squat. Now, I hope these people are listening to this story because you might have to do this in sessions to get through this whole, what I'm telling you. This is a true story. I love John Brown. He's like my uncle, like a brother. That's family. They call me Unc. But I hated that boy when he was doing that to me. I'm like, how dare you do that to me? But I knew in the back of my head, God telling me, if you want what he has, you will do what he says. Now, that mentality continues to bring the street out of me. It's fight or flight. And people from this side, we don't do no flying and running. We gonna run into it like a bull. I thought. I got that 315 off that rack, and he took the hooks.
Oh shit.
Now you can't stop. And in my
I
mind,
would have
I was
dropped that
like,
motherfucker off my back.
this man is trying to kill me. He wants me to quit. Maybe he doesn't want to train me.
This is crazy,
This
though.
is going
Like-
in my mind while trying to
Like,
finish
it is.
15 reps with 315.
15
And then he would,
reps?
yes.
God.
And then he would put the hook back in, bomb, and I can put racket. And everybody, the gym would be quiet. Imagine 200 or 300 people not saying nothing. Everything stopped. They were all watching me. I was just wondering why I was only hearing me. I said, maybe it's because the echo, I'm tired. You know, I'm hearing myself. After we squatted, he says, good job, good job, good job. We go get you some water. All right? Go get some water. I come back, leg press, loaded up. Leg presses loaded up. He puts 1, 2, I can't remember if it was 2 plates or 3 plates. He says, I'm going to take it easy on you because, you know, you have to stay here. Don't think of the pain. Don't think of the pump. Think of the number. And what did I tell you guys when I first trained you guys? Don't think about nothing else but getting to that number.
Yeah.
No matter how long it takes. This man put 2 or 3 plates on there. He says, okay, 15. Now, after doing all that, 100 reps, your mind, 15 ain't nothing. But when I hooked them 3 plates, what? This is my legs. 15. Wow, 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 wow. Got the 15 reps. I went to pull the hooks in. He hit my hand. What you doing? Wet. 12 reps. Let's go. Now my legs are already here.
You just did 15?
Yes, 15 hold. Trying to hook it, hit my hand, stop. 12 more. Bam, 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 bam. I'm thinking I'm dying. I'm thinking I'm not gonna die. I said something's gonna happen to me. Something's gonna happen. But I said, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I wanted to hook the second. Bam, hit my hand. Man, stop playing with me, boy.
Insane, bro.
He said, stop playing with me. He said, I'll rack it. 12. Did the 12. 10. But in my mind, I'm like, I just did
This is crazy.
500 reps.
This is like-
so in my mind, you start to reach for things as energy.
This is insane.
Because I was about to say, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to be about it.
Wait.
I started going in my mind and reaching for stuff for energy. Thinking about, I need something else to think about.
Yeah.
I need to rationalize
Yeah.
what's happening to me right now.
Yeah.
And what came up was, you just did 500 reps over there. He only wants 10 more. But your mind went from 500 to 10, so the drive stays with you. 10 reps, man, but my legs all the way down to like 2 reps, and he racked it. 65 reps. Did that for 4 sets.
Are you kidding me?
After that, he said, you do 1 set of walking lunges and we good. And every time I went down, I couldn't stand up. He said, you hurt, you're injured. Because I said, John, I can't. He said, what you can and you will. You change your thinking. Get up. Because I'm not picking you up. I was stuck with 135 like this. I'll never forget it.
My God.
He said, you hurt? I said, no. Because he saw me just drop. He goes, find your balance and stand up. Where are you from? This is what he's telling me. Where are you from? I said, man, you know I'm from Hillside. Yeah? Well, stand up for Hillside then. Stand up. And you think your mama was sitting right here right now? She would sit there and let you die like that? Stand up. And I stood up. I don't know how I did it. I stood up. He said, give me 3 more and you can stop. So 5 on this side and 5 on that side. And I racked it. My eyes was watering, bro. I was like, I can't do nothing else he ain't gonna tell me. Because if he tell me to do anything else, I'm running out of here. I was at that flight. In my mind, I was like, he's telling me to do anything. I don't care if he tell me to walk to the bathroom and pee. I'm quitting.
This is profound.
And and this is a true story. If you think I'm playing, we can call John Brown and we can talk to him right now. So he said, how you feel? I said, I don't feel nothing. He said, good, now you don't.
Oh my God. Holy fucking shit.
And we're going to come back tomorrow and do chest, shoulders, and arms.
I'd have been like,
My God.
I would have
My
rethought.
God.
Most
I would have
guys-
rethought my whole life.
My
Most guys
God.
would have quit that day.
I would have rethought my whole entire life. Like, yeah,
Things
this
was
shit might
flashing
not
in
have-
front of my mind
This
that I
shit
didn't
might
think.
not even be for me, fool.
Do you know-
Shit might not even be
my
for me.
God.
Do you know how many
think he
times I thought about that?
I think he just showed me that this is not for me.
Do you know how
I
many
think
times that went past my head?
This is what God sent. God, this is the sign you was giving me.
Yeah. Is this what-
you sent him to tell me that I don't really want to do this shit. Okay, I'm gonna go find something else to do then.
Yeah.
I
I
think-
saw things that in my mind trying to find energy to finish. Deep thinking. I wouldn't do it in front of my mom. I'd never quit. But he knew what to say.
Wow.
He knew what to say. So that being said, when I walked out the gym, we're driving home. We get into the house, and he said, he turned to me, and he looked at me. He was just looking at me for a second. And I'm like, I'm looking outside because I'm like literally almost crying. I didn't even want to look at that dude. I'm just sitting there like I made it through the workout. And he said to me, he said, not too many people could have done what you did. He says, your age and what I saw from, you allowing me to see you, you watch my physique. Before I trained him, he made me strip off and, show him my body. He says, but I was testing you. That is the workout. But I gave you everything. Usually when I train a person, I give him a bit of it. In 3 sets instead of 5. I give him a little bit of it, I give it to him raw. He said, but for some reason, I wanted to push you to see how much you can take. And he says, and I've only said it a few times. He says, you did everything I told you without question. You didn't run, you didn't talk back, you did everything. He says, you're going to be a champion. But it's going to take hard work like this every day. And if you don't give it to me, I'm going to take it.
That's why I told your ass that.
And it was
first
so
time out
intense
there.
that kind of training. And the only person, over my time, I tested people doing that. I pushed them. The only other person that did that too was him. You want that smoke? He said, yeah. I said, how much you want? He said, I want it all. I said, you shouldn't have said that because I'm giving your ass what John gave me. And I did it. And he would go outside and throw up and come back and get some more. And go outside.
I'm the same way.
And come back
I'll
and
throw
get some
up.
more.
You've seen it.
And
I'll
he-
throw up
and he
and I
never
ain't
stopped.
tapping out though.
He said, but that's what separates the champion from the competitors. He says, if you listen to what I say, you'll catch all of them. Because I was behind. I was 2 years older than I was supposed to be. I lied on my birth certificate and whited it out so that I could be 2 or 3 years younger. And there was the 3 guys that was the main talk of all of Orange County and LA. The 3 Musketeers. Chris Cormier, Flex Wheeler, and Rico McClinton. Rico
Never heard of him.
McClinton was the one that was supposed to be next. He was still in the amateurs at the national level. So he was the one that everybody talked about at that time, Rico McClinton. So when it comes to my mentality going into shows, that's how I was able to. I was 2 or 3 years behind Rico. I would have had to compete to get where he was. I caught him in a year. Not saying that I was trying to beat Rico McClinton. No, he was the guy I looked up to. Like, that guy's an amateur. He's one of that crew. So he was already a pro before waiting for his turn. He was the guy that was favored all the time. And I got caught up to him within the second year. 96. 96 comes around. Whoop, there's Rico McClinton. These were people you got to check off your list.
Yeah.
Even now, the young guys, they don't look for anybody else. They don't look for competition. They only stream like this, and they only think about one thing, me. Well, guess what? A guy that does that, I will beat 10 times over.
Fuck.
Because if you never see me coming,
Yeah.
by the time I get there, it's too late.
Wow. Wow.
When I showed up at shows, I'm not saying people were afraid of me or anything, but they knew my name, and I didn't even know why they didn't even like me.
Yeah.
See, it's funny, bro.
I showed it to my first show, a natural show. You know what they said? Mr. Quinn, I think it's IBB Pro. Is Quinn? Jim Quinn. I can't remember if it was Jim Quinn or Bill Quinn. It was one of the Quinn guys. He had a couple guys in the show. I'm walking around competing in a natural show. He went to the judges and told the judges, he's a pro. He can't compete in this show. He's not natural. I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about, all the chicken I ate this whole diet and the corn and spinach and all this water and all this. What's steroids? He's not natural. He did the Mr. Universe in London. See, over there, Mr. Universe is always in Europe. So that shows you what kind of acceleration you can do with your muscle. They complained. The judges had to come in here. John is, who was this guy? This is Melvin. This is his first show. This is my second show. This is his second show. Are you sure? You tested him, didn't you? Didn't he do a lie detector test? Did he pass? Let him compete. He's done a pro. That boy he got a passport, but he ain't been out of the country. Check his passport. Went in the show and took third place. And after that show, I said, I no longer want to be natural. Give me this stuff. Because the guy that beat me should have never beat me. And smiling while he did it, I'm like, I know you probably did something extra the way you look, and I still was better. I outposed him and everything. And they said, well, it's his first show, and so it's he'll make it up later. Basically saying that if I stay around long enough, you're gonna eventually push me. That's the politics. That was worse than it is now.
Yes.
But I gotta wait my turn. Okay, yeah. I'll wait my turn, but it's not gonna be here. I'll roll my dice in the NPC.
This is super fucking deep. This is super fucking.
And this is what I did.
This is super fucking deep.
Because any show you do, you never want to wake up a dragon in somebody. Never. Keep them asleep, so that by the time you get there, it's too late. John used to tell me, he said, you want to intimidate people so bad when you walk in the room, they walk out. And I'm like, that don't happen. People got to stay in the room. They're competitors. People don't do that. Until I saw it in '96.
So we got to go to more bodybuilding competitions.
You got to go to more bodybuilding competitions.
It's just not the same.
We both do.
If
but
you
we
guys
got to create. We got to
We
create.
go to more national shows.
You got to national shows. USA's.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Vegas.
I've been to those.
Oh, I'm sorry, I dug in my nose. So go in Vegas, and see. You'll see. It's a different breed, man. And when we came through, it was so funny how people always ask me, like you asked me the night, how the young generation, you guys' generation, different from mine. Most of the bodybuilders that went to the shows all had poster trucks on under their clothes. Kept them on. Because you never knew when one of them MCs was going to get the cutting up and call out one of us out, and Lonnie would do it all the time. So John was like, always wear your poster trunks under your jeans. They want to get the smoke, give it to them. And you will be sitting at the USA in the front, and the intermission will come on and say, hey, we got Melvin and all. It's happened more than once.
What?
Me and Dennis James are sitting, and I told him about it.
Expo.
Yeah, we did it at the expo. So me and Dennis James has got the name posing trunks on. And I told him about wear your posing trunks. He's from Thailand. Wear your trunks because you never know. Lonnie Teeper, who gave most of the guys their nicknames, goes, Marvelous, I see in the front over there. Oh my God. People start screaming because they knew my name. That's Melvin. He's the next big dude. That's little twin flex. We the woo woo woo. And I think we got the menace, Dennis James. So Dennis, they start screaming. This is at the Ironman. Mm-hmm. Chris won that year. Sitting down there.
There's about to be a couple of people coming in. I think we should get those. There's too much going on.
Yeah, he said, okay, what you guys got? You guys ready? What you
Cut it right here short. It's too much going on in the background right now, so we'll run this back later.